Hello, hello, good morning everyone. It's Julia here and I've got the look of the day. How is everyone doing this morning? I've got a beautiful eye look today using a really kind of smoky eye brown bronze color on my eyes and a pink lip. That's what I got going on today. What are you guys wearing out there? I'd love to know. I started off today with this look. Take a peek at these eyes. You guys see? Really, really pretty. I'm using a palette in a different way than combination of colors than I've used before, and I am really liking this brown, bronzy, smoky eye look. I started off this morning with my usual skincare and then primed my face so that my makeup will last longer and that moisture won't be seeping through to my makeup. And for foundation today, I decided to wear the BB Flawless. This is great for ladies with normal to dry skin. It is a light coverage. It is basically a tinted moisturizer. So that's what's so amazing about if you have drier skin, to be able to use a foundation that has more cream to it so that you're really hydrated. And this just makes your skin look like it's glowing. It's a real kind of dewy finish on its own, and again, it's light coverage, so if you're not looking for a foundation that is really opaque and you just want something light and sheer with moisture, this is an amazing product. And what's also wonderful about this is that you could add more coverage to it by integrating other products. So for example, you can mix into it a little bit of the Skin Perfecting Concealer, and all of a sudden you have that same moisturized texture, but you're adding that little bit of extra coverage. So mixing them together, I usually just blend it in my fingers. Because this is like a moisturizer, I blend it into my fingers. It kind of gets warm and melty, and then I just usually just like rub it in to my skin. I just give my skin a nice kind of massage and massage that in to my skin. You could also just use the concealer by itself and not mix it, and just go on areas of your skin that need that extra coverage. So I'm typically red under the nose, so I will put concealer under my nose. I'm typically red in my cheeks, and I have a lot of little sunspots that I like to cover. So very flexible. You can work with this any way you like. And then you could just keep that finish that's in the BB Flawless that has this kind of dewy quality to it. Or you can set it with a powder to get it more matte. And that's what I did today, because I am still playing around with our new Touch loose powder foundation. And I wanted to see how this layered up together, because this will set the BB cream, but it will also mattify it a bit, but still have some of that dewy quality and give me some extra coverage. So that's what I did today. I first laid down the BB Flawless. I then came into areas that had redness with the Skin Perfecting Concealer. For the BB cream, I'm using color Honey. And today for the Skin Perfecting Concealer and the loose powder, I'm using color Chiffon, which is for kind of more pink undertones. And yesterday and a couple days after that, you've been watching my videos, every day I'm doing something, right? I was using Taffeta. And Taffeta is for normal skin tones. But what I really wanted to show you that you could use adjacent colors, and color matching. I mean, these colors and these products work so well with your skin that changing it to a pinker undertone or normal, these adjacent tones, you really don't see a huge, like, major shift in those colors. They're nice and subtle, so you can kind of mix it up a little bit. So I can go between the pink undertones and the normal. The normal just being a little bit more warm than if you have pink undertones. It's just slightly more cool. But that is the look that I have on my face as my base makeup. So I came in to set it with the color Chiffon, and I did use our amazing, amazing powder concealer puff brush. And I just swirled that away, and then I just added this on top of the BB cream, and they worked amazing, you guys. My skin, I don't see any areas on my skin where I see like a foundation texture. And you know, a lot of that has to do with how my skin is very well hydrated. So when you have drier skin, your makeup kind of attaches to those areas that are more flaky. So if you've got really good moisturized skin, your makeup is going to be a ton more flawless. And also wearing the primer will help kind of smooth that out. But that's a huge tip. I mean, basically skincare, whether you wear makeup or not, is probably the most important. And anything you do on top of that is just going to make everything look better. So my makeup is just applying so well because I do such a good moisture treatment morning and night. But that's the combination, my secret sauce today. I did go in, before I did, I set with the loose powder, I did use a lighter color in the Skin Perfecting Concealer on my lid, on my chin, and under my eyes. So I'm waiting, in the mail I'm going to be getting a lighter shade of the loose powder so that I can make sure that when I'm putting my putting on my to seal the BB cream, that I have not just going to darken the areas that I lighten. So I'm waiting for that. So I usually have I usually have 3 colors because I like to have my base color, I like to have a highlight color, and then I like to use it as a contour. So today's contour I did with our loose mineral pigment. It is color Fierce, and it's also loose powder, and it looks like that, and just you know, a little bit darker. And I used, where is it, our contour brush, which is amazing. It has this great angled side, and it also has more of a blendy side, which makes it so easy. So this angled side just perfectly like aligns to my cheekbones, so the hollows of my cheeks, and then I kind of draw on the outer area of my jaw, and that helps define and add contrast and depth to my face. So areas that are darker are going to kind of recede backwards. Areas that are lighter are going to come forward and look brighter. You're really kind of sculpting and add a 3-dimensional quality to your face, because basically foundation, it's just going to give you kind of flat wash of color. It's evened out your skin tone, but you're just super flat. So doing contour and highlighting helps bring some of that depth back so you don't look so flat. And I also did the left and right sides of my nose just a little bit, just to kind of define that shape of my nose. So that was my contour. For blush today, I did grab our mineral blusher. This is color Stunning, and isn't it stunning? It is this beautiful pink color, and I was just feeling like hot pink today. So that's the color that I used on my cheeks, and you can see possibly used it on my eyes, right? And then I have that pink coming through to my lips as well. So this is kind of a pinky brown look. I mean, I think with browns you can combine any color with it and it looks amazing. Like greens look amazing with browns, blues look great with browns. It's one of those neutral colors that look so great. So I thought I would show off our palette number 1, which is the greatest palette. It's like a go-to palette because it has these neutral tones, and it works with every skin tone. It works with every eye color. It's kind of like your starter palette too. If you've never used eyeshadows before and you've been thinking about giving it a try and experimenting, this is a great first palette, and it's really a go-to. I mean, every lady's got browns and neutrals in their toolbox so that they have a variety of colors. So look at this. Absolutely gorgeous. I do lots of videos showing the same palettes but using different combinations of these colors. So today I tried something new for you guys, And I was going for a more kind of smoky eye look with the brown. You see that? Go a little bit slower there. I focus most of the color on this one on the end, and a lot of times I only use this in the crease and below as kind of a darker outer corner, but today I used it as my main lid color. So I actually wanted to even intensify that, that color, so I took our liner shader brush, and on the shader side here, I wet that with our rose water. And by wetting the brush, the pigment is going to come down on your eye much more impactful than if it was a dry brush. So I just dabbed that all over my lid, and I let that set and dry, and then I did another coat of that just to make sure that I had a nice even dark coat to it. I also make sure that I get really down into the lash line. So I'm really kind of pressing right where the roots of my lashes are meeting my lid, just to make sure I don't have any inconsistent color on the lid. And then I came in on the crease, so above the lid with this color here. This one's a matte color, and the one I used on my lid is a shimmer color. And so chipper here, it's just a little bit lighter brown, and has a little bit more, it looks like a little bit more red to it. And I used a dry brush when I did this. I grabbed our sponge shader brush, and it has an angled, super soft, fluffy side, which is great for blending into the crease area. So I just took a chipper and I just focused it on the outer upper crease area and just kept blending back and forth until I got that desired look. And then I came in, I wanted to add a little bit more warmth to it, so I grabbed the mineral blusher, and you know that if you've been watching my videos, I love adding a little bit of blush to my eye looks. So I grabbed some of that with just a tiny, tiny bit, because you don't want to overdo it, just a tiny, tiny bit. In fact, when you dip it into the pan, I always swirl it on the mirror. Here's a mirror over here, which you can't see because I'm using this technique. I always swirl the product, and what that will do is even out that product throughout the brushes and into the bristles, so that you have a more softer and more even distribution of that color. So that's a little tip there to make sure you kind of blend that into the brush to get that on there. And I just focused that on the outer corner and into the crease area, and I just did it. Here, I'll add a little bit more. I just did it until I had the desired color. I just wanted to incorporate a little bit of that blush color, that little bit of that pink into my eyes. I do that a lot. It's super pretty. It's a great way to get that kind of cohesive color going through, to add a little bit of that blush to your eyes. And then I came in on the very center. You'll see that it looks lighter and more gold right in the center. And that is, I added this color right here, this gold color. It's called Brassy. And I just literally came in, again, with the a wet brush. I just turned the brush to the other side, dipped it in that rose water, grabbed some of that product, and literally tap, tap, tap right in the middle. Tap, tap, tap right in the middle. And that creates a beautiful kind of three-dimensional look when it goes dark to light to dark again. And that's what I did on my lid with this color Brassy. And then at the very top, right below my brow, about from right here to the outer corner of the brow, I used this one here. This is Sincere, and this is a light kind of champagne shimmer. And that just kind of opens up my eye. A lighter color with a little bit of shimmer up at the top there will just make my eyes look more large. And I also added a little bit of that right above my brow, right on the outer corner, just so it kind of brings in a beautiful highlight when the light hits my face there. And I also had brought down to the, as a lower lash line, you'll see that color is pulled in. I had brought down the dark color here. I just switched over my brush to the liner side, wet that, used the Zealous on the end, brought that down about to my pupil area, and then I kind of washed off my brush a little bit, and then came in with the Brassy, and then I came in from the inside, going outwards this way, and kind of blended where, I went kind of over the dark on the Zealous on the outside and just kind of blended those two colors together. So it goes more gold on the inside and then gets a little bit darker with the dark Zealous. So that is how I use the palette. So versatile, gorgeous, gorgeous colors, highly pigmented, high quality, reasonably priced, amazing palettes. We have 5 palettes, and this is number 1, Addiction palette. And it is Addiction because they're all amazing palettes. And so that's my eye look today. I then did a little luminizer on my cheeks, so I had a little bit of a highlight. Not an intense highlight, but something more soft. We have an a la mode powder highlighter. We call them luminizers. And this is colored Benevolent, which is a gold color, and I thought that would be perfect paired up with the pink and with palette number 1. As you can see, I'll just swatch it on my finger. These are very shimmery. They just catch the light so amazing. Let me just swirl my hand around. So as you turn your head, it's just this beautiful, it's almost like light in a powder. And I used, again, I wanted a soft hand with this, so I used a fan brush, and I just dipped that in, and I just lightly kind of fan that in. It's so soft. I mean, I just like doing this just for fun, right? It feels like little butterflies. But I just did that on the high points of my cheeks. You can build it up. You can do it more intense if you like. And if you really wanted that super highlighted strobing look, we do have 2 other luminizers, one that's in a stick form and one that's in a cream, and those are more intense luminosity compared to the powder. So it depends on whether you want it more subtle or you want it more intense. And you can kind of see that as I turn my head, that I just have this beautiful glow. It looks like my skin is super healthy, which, you know, it is. And this is the effect of using good quality skincare and good quality foundations and makeup. And that is what I use as a highlighter. And then for lips, I wanted to do pink. And this lip look uses a lip pencil. And I used it all around. I defined the outer line, and then I just filled it in. And this is colored beautiful pink. It's called Perky. You can see here, it's Perky. And what I like about our pencils, and this goes for our eye pencils, is that when you first apply that, they're super creamy. So you're able to kind of smudge it around, and in this case on the lips, I'm able to actually press my lips and rub them together, and so they're workable. But after it sets, it stays put. So you can blend it, get it to the right look that you want, and then leave it alone, let it set, and it will stay put. And this has a matte finish. So I have that matte lipstick look. I'm using this, using the liner. Gorgeous color. You could also layer this up with other lip products. So if you wanted to use a matte lipstick, or you wanted to do a lip gloss or anything like that, it's fun to build up different products. Like if I was to add a nude color on top of this, it would be gorgeous. And we have all sorts of different colors for doing nudes. But today, I think what I want to do is use a Bonbon. And what this is a tinted moisturizer. So if you love that feel of an amazing cocoa butter smooth lip, and you've got a little bit of chapped lips, or you just want something really light and just smooth and silky and with lots of nutrients for your lips, this is a tinted moisturized lip balm. And this one is lightly tinted. This is our color called Raspberry Cheesecake. It is the lightest of the 5 colors we have. And I'll just swatch this. I picked it because I have this little pink look. You can see how subtle this is. Let's see. Very sheer, subtle hint of color, but layered on top of this lip liner. You know, the lip liners are more dry kind of finish. This will just put that moisture into my lips. And I'll just swipe it. I don't need a lot. A couple swipes. Blend it together, and now my lips feel like I'm just wearing an amazing lip product, a Bonbon, a tinted moisturizer. So it's got that cocoa butter, so it just feels so, so good on your lips. And you see it kind of kept that matte look that I was going for on my lips. So that's a combination, lip liner and a Bonbon. So this is, again, this is color Perky, and this is color Raspberry Cheesecake. And that is my look of the day. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you have any questions about anything I've showed, or you'd like to have me do a particular look using some of our products and do a little demo with you, let me know. And I'm going to do another look tomorrow. And what palette should I use? Why don't you let me know what palette you'd like me to try out tomorrow? I'll put a picture in the comments of all the 5 palettes, and you guys can comment and let me know what to wear tomorrow. Okay, you guys have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.